Jeff Mason covers the White House for Reuters, and he joins me now. Jeff, I'm going to get to some questions just a moment, but can you comment on what we were just discussing? Is there discussion or reason for bringing in this new General Dan Kane now to be the chairman of the Joint Chiefs? Because by Dan's description, Dan DeLuce, of course, the reporter of whom I'm speaking, he doesn't seem like an obvious choice to take this position.
I mean, I would defer to Dan in terms of the military sort of background, which was really good context. The political background is I've seen that the incoming, if he's confirmed, chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has worn a MAGA hat before and appears to be supportive of Trump. So that must have been, or very well may have been, shall we say, a key ingredient in how the president made that decision. And I don't mean just wearing a hat, but the point is that President Trump is someone who prizes loyalty above all things, and we've seen in his first month in office and this second term in office that he has had no sort of qualms about going for exactly what he wants and getting exactly what he wants in terms of the people around him and in terms of the policies that he's implementing. So I think he's applying that same criteria to the military.
All right. The first question I want to ask you after that one, thank you for answering that one. President Trump, as we watch him at CPAC, acknowledged Friday that Russia did, in fact, start the war in Ukraine. I mean, we've all known that, but it is not in his nature to backtrack or correct any of his previous statements. Do we know what led to the somewhat qualified reversal?
Well, I think your emphasis on the word qualified there is important. He said that Russia had started the war, but he went on to say that President Zelensky shouldn't have allowed that to happen. So it was kind of a walk back, but not entirely a walk back. I don't. You're absolutely right, Alex. President Trump is not someone to issue corrections. I think he was just acknowledging a fact that you just acknowledged as well, that we all know that war started because of an invasion by Russia into Ukraine and not the other way around. But it didn't show us, he didn't display in that comment any sort of backing down in his criticism of President Zelensky, who of course has been leading his country throughout this war.
Yeah. President Trump, earlier it was on Truth Social, he urged Elon Musk to be even more aggressive. How much more aggressive can Musk be, and what are the risks of him being more aggressive?
Well, I mean, I would answer that question by looking at numbers. Both the president and Elon Musk have said that they're targeting $1 trillion in cuts from the government, and Mr. Musk has also said a ideal situation would be $2 trillion. So the president didn't reference that number in his social media post, but surely I think that's a reference to the possibility that Mr. Musk could do even more. And President Trump, I was in the Oval Office when the two of them were taking questions from reporters a little over a week ago. He showed there how much support that he wants to give to Musk. And this is just, a further indication not only of his support and the mandate that he believes or that he wants to give to Musk, but also the fact that he wants him to go even further. So any of the criticisms that Democrats and others, and not just Democrats, have been making about this, falling on deaf ears.
Is there word on which departments and agencies, Jeff, are next on the chopping block?
He's already said that the Department of Education is coming up next. We, of course, know what he's done with USAID. Also expecting some big cuts at the Pentagon, which I know NBC and MSNBC have reported on, as has Reuters. I can't tell you other ones, but I can say that I think that they're looking at everything, and that is absolutely at the top of President Trump's agenda.
Yeah, seems like nothing's off the table. Let me play for you a pretty heated exchange. It's between President Trump and Maine Governor Janet Mills. This is from yesterday. Listen to this.
Is Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal law.
Well, we are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. and enjoy your life after governor, because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Deep sigh. Does this administration thrive, Jeff, on exchanges like that?
Oh, sure. I mean, President Trump loves to have exchanges like that, whether it's with an elected official or a Democratic governor or with reporters. So, yeah, I think he's very happy to have exchanges like that. I mean, I don't doubt that he will try to cut off funding to Maine. I don't think that's an idle threat. But the governor responded to that by saying, we'll see you in court, and he accepted that challenge.
You did, and then some. Okay, Jeff Mason, my friend, it's always good to see you, and I look forward to seeing you again.